The sound of the city.
98FM's Dublin Talks. Weekdays from 10 a.m.
With Adrian Kennedy.
Now, next on the programme, one of our listeners has been in contact with us, very annoyed about what happened to his horse. Kyle, welcome to 98FM.
How's it going, Adrian?
Kyle, you have a horse. What's your horse's name?
Chester.
Chester. Tell me what happened to poor old Chester.
I had him in a stable. I was bringing him in for a charity drive. I went to the feed him one night at about 11:30 last week. Last Tuesday or Wednesday night it was. And he was gone out of the stable. So I went around, I was looking for him. I went around the area looking for him to see if he had to get out of the stable. And I couldn't find him. I was about 2 hours looking for him. So I rang the police and reported the horse stolen. Mm-hmm. And they told me they were at the picking a horse up. And he told me like the identification of him. I said, yeah, that's more likely that's him. And they told me he was seized. The police told me that he was at the being on the Lewis line. And then I rang another guard when I went up to make a statement about the horse being stolen. He told me that the horse was at the being on the canal. But then he told me to go on to Dublin City Council. And then when I got on to them, they told me he was tied in a lane up at Dolphin's Barn area.
Where did he go missing from?
He went missing from the north side, but he ended up being on the south side of the city. God,
he's some horse.
Yeah.
Right. And do you know what... Okay, so you had him locked up. In what way did you got him locked up?
He was in the I had him in the stable. I was only had to bring him into the stable that evening. I was bringing him in for a charity drive.
Okay. And you had him in a stable, and somehow... did you ever find out how he actually got out?
No, I didn't find out.
But somehow he did get out, and he was either on the Lewis line or on the canal or tied up to a pole, but he was eventually seized.
Yeah, he was eventually seized. I was told 3 different stories.
That's what I mean, yeah. So you don't know the real story, but all you do know is that the horse was seized.
Yeah, he was seized, yeah.
Okay, then what happened?
I got on to Dublin City Council the next morning. They told me, they seized the horse in I can't think of the name of the place where they said, but they told me they seized him. And I told them, well, that horse had been stolen on me. Like, I reported the horse stolen. And he says, right, they got on to the guards. And they got on to the guards told him that he didn't have any record of it. He told him that he didn't receive any anything about the horse, like me going up and tell them the horse had been taken out of the stable. Really? So the guards didn't take any notes of you having been there or been on the phone or whatever? Well, that's what he told. That's what he told Dublin City Council. But the guard was able to give me a number to ring to see where my horse was. You know what I mean? And and to this day I still have the card, like with a contact number to ring. And I was on the Dublin City Council, and they said, well, the horse is seized and this and that. So I had to pay a fine, do you know what I mean? I had to pay a lot of money to get the horse back. How much did it cost you to get the horse back? Enough. It was enough. Oh, right, okay. But anyway, a month's rent on a house, basically, yeah. Oh, really? Oh, right, okay. Now, the horse either escaped or was let loose, but you had... He wouldn't escape. I say it was someone messing or something. Someone was after getting in and opening the stables and letting him out, do you know what I mean? Right, but from a stable where you had him in the city, he ended up out along the canal on the south side somehow. Over the south side, yeah. Or near on the Lewis track. Well, the Lewis tracks are right beside the canal. I was told by the guard he was picked up in over at Rialto area on the Lewis lines, yeah. Right, well that's beside the canal as well, yeah. And then I was told he was picked up on the canal by another guard. And then Dublin City Council told me he was picked up in a laneway, tied up in a laneway. Right, so somewhere, well, the canal and the Lewis line are beside each other, so that makes a little bit of sense. But but Rialto Lewis lines it's not beside Dolphin's Barn, do you know what I mean? The canal at Dolphin's Barn. All right, it's very odd as to what happened to him. And you eventually, after paying a hefty fine, got him back. Where do you normally keep the horse? Where do you normally stable him? I normally keep him out in Ashbourne. I wouldn't keep him really in the city, do you know what I mean? Right. I usually have him out in Ashbourne. Okay, so he's well cared for out in Ashbourne, but you brought him into... I sent you in a couple of pictures. Yeah, I've seen the pictures, yeah. As when I had him, and then when I got him back, he had welts on each side of him. Big, like blisters the length of rulers, 5 or 6 of them on each side of him. When I was just after getting them back. Right, now, like I said, I've seen the pictures, and it is quite horrifying, the damage that happened to him. But you don't know where that damage happened. Could that damage have been inflicted on him before he was even impounded? No, it wouldn't have been. These were only fresh. He was in the. I'd had hassle. every day I rang the council. He told me they're going to meet you tomorrow, and then I had a missed call off a private number, and I was waiting around all day, and I rang the council, and I said, I'm sitting here waiting for you to give me a phone call to tell me where to pick my animal up. And he said, well, that's them ringing on private number. I said, I didn't know that was them ringing me on private number.
But this is where the problem is, Kyle, that the horse came back with some fairly nasty looking injuries.
Yeah, I sent them in to Adrian.
Yeah.
You see for yourself.
And what do you think happened?
The horse can be a bit of a bad horse, like to load into a trailer. So I'd say that's when the people are loading them in. There's a certain way of loading them in. Do you know what I mean? I know the horse because I have him a long time. But I'd say when they were loading them in, they kept hitting them with an old stick. He wouldn't have got I know like what kind of marks are, and I've sent them into another page on Facebook, My Lovely Horse Rescue, and they seen them as well, and they told me to report it. And have you reported it? I've been onto the council. I hadn't had a chance now to go down to a police station because I'm at the meeting of work. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, but you have photographic evidence. I've seen the photographs.
You've seen them yourself, Adrian. Yeah, it's disgraceful.
And if it were a case that they were impounding this horse, they were trying to get it into a trailer, and by your own admission, he's not. He can behave badly when you try to put him in a trailer.
I'm not that he hates badly. I load him perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I load him up perfectly. Like, it's a certain way of loading them. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, then I've seen them taking horses off kids, like in housing estates, and they're a bit rough with them. Do you know what I mean? They just drag them in. There's another case there.
Sorry, Kyle, I can't hear you there.
I said there was another case there 2 weeks ago up in Dublin, where they pounded the horse and they turned a horse into a trailer, a cattle trailer. We're not even a head collar on him. They just let him loose into a big box trailer. That ain't going to happen to that horse. You know what I mean? On the way.
All right, well, we've been on to Dublin City Council about this. They have refused to give us details on a specific case, but I'd be very interested, Kyle, to hear what does happen, because the nasty injuries that the horse received... Sorry, Kyle, I can't hear words you're saying. I don't know what you're doing with your phone there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on. No, still can't hear you, Kyle.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go on.
I sent you in pictures, like you've seen it yourself, and the girl, one of your colleagues, she's seen me, she's told me, she said the horse is well looked after. You know what I mean? I have pictures of that horse since the foals, you know what I mean? And I have the horse in perfect order. He's open to any vets, anything. Like I got that horse back. I'm not messing with you. Like it was sad, yeah. Looking at the horse like that with marks on him like that.
And yeah, the pictures do show that, I have to say. So what are you... Okay, you're looking for answers. As I said, they refuse to give us any details on a specific case. I'd be very interested to hear what happens, because a lot of people, like you said, on My Lovely Horse Rescue and so on, have complained about the way in which horses are treated when they're impounded. But Kyle, keep in touch with us and let us know what sort of answers you get, because it's not fair on the poor horse. He did nothing wrong.
No, it's not. It's not.
All right. Best of luck to you, Kyle. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us. All right. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks.
The sound of the city.
98FM's Dublin Talks. Weekdays from 10 a.m.
With Adrian Kennedy.